many cancellations?
Hey there, fellas. Ever wonder what makes the spineless maestro of mayhem Mojo make a mark in the Marvel Universe? Well, grab your popcorn and settle in because we're about to dissect the twisted anatomy of this TV-loving terror. It's a bizarre blend of brains, bold, and a flair for the drama, all wrapped up in a spineless package. In this Marvel Mojo anatomy video, we're discovering the secrets behind this interdimensional villain. From his televisual tyrannies to his magical side, we're peeling back the layers to reveal what makes Mojo the one-of-a-kind antagonist that keeps the X-Men on their toes. So tune in, because it's a show you won't want to miss. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Who is Mojo? Why Mojo don't have spine? Mojo, the big shot in Mojo World, is one quirky interdimensional dude. Wondering what Mojo World is? It's a planet he lives on. It's a long story we will cover later. His race, the spineless ones, got driven nuts by TV signals from Earth 616. They roll around on spider-like robot things, conquering their world. Mojo, the maestro of manipulation, loves making violent TV shows with captive mutants fighting for his amusement. He's got a wild history with the X-Men, especially Longshot and Spiral, the runaway rebels from Mojo World. Mojo's shows are a hit in his dimension, making him a sort of god there. He's sadistic, sacrificing his actors without a second thought. But despite the drama, he's more of a pesky annoyance than a major X-Men threat. In his early days, Arise, a clever scientist, helped Mojo's spineless race adapt with exoskeletons, but some stubborn folks among them refused the upgrade and went motorized. They enslaved humanoid beings designed to look like nightmares from Earth 616 TV broadcasts. Sneaky Arise planted seeds of rebellion in their genetic makeup, and that made the Mojoverse quite dramatic. The Mojoverse's power structure is all about TV, with Mojo at the helm. He's got Major Domo, a sarcastic android, helping run the show. Mojo's obsession with Earth lands him in a whirlwind of trouble, involving mutants like Psylocke and Longshot. And those X-babies? Yep, he created them too. Mojo's got quite the knack for creating chaos. But hey, it keeps things interesting in the Mojoverse. Does he have mind-controlling ability? Mojo definitely has a thing for mind games. He once pulled a trick on X-Men's Rachel Summers, making her dance to his twisted tune. But Rachel, being the hero she is, wised up and broke free from his puppet strings. And let's talk about the X-Baby saga. Mojo, hungry for X-Men action on his screens, had a brainwave, literally. His plan? Create controllable X-Men replicas for his TV show. Because why not? However, his casting call didn't go as planned. The X-Baby showed up, stole the spotlight, and made a dramatic exit, giving Mojo a taste of his own ratings chasing medicine. Does he have the ability to teleport? Mojo, the showbiz boss of Mojo World, isn't just a couch potato. He's got some serious teleportation skills up his sleeve. When his ratings took a dive, he decided to spice things up by wreaking havoc in New York City. With a wave of his remote, or more likely, a fancy button press, giant spears materialized in Manhattan, capturing the X-Men. He scattered the X-Men like puzzle pieces across twisted recreations of their own history, all for the ultimate reality show. But surprise, surprise, the mutants rallied together thanks to a little help from Longshot. They teleported straight to Mojo World for a face-off with the maniacal Mojo. Meanwhile, Mojo wasn't just sipping his soda and watching the chaos from home. He sent some spears to Earth, aiming to give New York City a Mojo World makeover. Things got intense when mentors like Magneto and Polaris joined the game, causing a magnetic storm that knocked Mojo's network offline. The villain and a handful of his minions made a quick escape to Earth. They set up a new lair in the Empire State Building sewer system. While the world was busy dealing with Mojo's mayhem, he schemed to broadcast his Mojo News network across the globe. Mojo, the ultimate ratings chaser. He's got teleportation tricks and diabolical plans like a true interdimensional TV mogul. Can he fly? What things his exoskeleton can do. Mojo, the chief of the spineless ones, might not sprout wings, but he's certainly not glued to the ground. Decked out in a flashy exoskeleton, his tech genius can literally take off, shooting laser beams from his metallic frame. Talk about bringing the phrase, bringing the house down to a whole new level. In one of the comic escapades, Mojo goes airborne, showcasing his high-flying skills. We all know he reigns supreme in the Mojoverse, where TV ratings are his crown jewels. And oh boy, does he relish riling up the X-Men. In this story, Ackerman's brought a little twist to the character. Mojo, the bad boy of villains, hustling for love in the bustling streets of the Big Apple, complete with all the romantic comedy cliches and awkward encounters you can imagine. Ackerman's writing masterfully toys with romantic comedy tropes, offering a fresh and engaging take. It all kicks off with Mojo's awkward coffee shop encounter on Earth. He's on the verge of launching his mutant targeting show, but decides to dabble in some reconnaissance. Mojo's attempts at wooing a girl at the coffee shop go hilariously south until he gets some pointers from the mutant called Glob. As the chaos reaches its peak and Mojo finds himself befriending the Glob, things take a wild turn. Major Domo unwittingly greenlights an attack by their newly created half-sentient weapon. Unaware of this authorization, Mojo is shocked by the attack. Mojo spots the same girl he fancies amidst the robotic mayhem. With newfound determination to save his crush, Mojo sheds his villainous persona, takes flight using his spider-leg device, and unleashes lasers on the chaos, ultimately defeating the robotic menace. It was an unexpected icebreaker, giving this rom-com quite a memorable ending. Sure, Mojo might not be the brooding, serious villain of the X-Men universe, but he's got panache, attitude, and a talent for turning an average day in New York into an adventure that's anything but spineless. Does he have magical abilities? Believe it or not, Mojo wields a bag of magical tricks. While the full extent of his magical prowess remains a mystery, one thing's for sure, he's a master manipulator and schemer. If scheming was an Olympic sport, Mojo would be a gold medalist. His magical mojo, pun intended, gets a boost from his TV ratings. The more eyeballs glued to his shows, the stronger his magical bag of tricks becomes. We're talking magical energy blasts, teleportation, and more. It's like he's got a remote control for both his TV and magical powers. Now that's some top-tier channel surfing. Can he make force bolts from his fingers? You betcha! Mojo isn't your average villain, lounging around binge-watching shows. Oh no, he's packing some serious heat in those fingers. Have you ever seen a finger-wagging, force bolt-shooting maestro painting the air with zaps and zings that'd make any fireworks show jealous? That's Mojo for you. It's like having a personal pyrotechnic display, but with a Mojo World flair, bright, bold, and bound to leave you in awe. When Mojo's fingers start crackling, you better duck for cover, because those digit-based fireworks are primed and ready. They have zapped multiple X-Men numerous times. It's a finger-blazing extravaganza you won't soon forget. Pew! Pew! How can he control Mojo World? Mojo World, the brainchild Mojo, operates like a twisted sitcom. It's a realm where the power play revolves around the television industry. Mojo snagged the throne by taking the remote, so to speak. He's the grand puppeteer, pulling the strings of the TV networks and the unfortunate souls caught in the Mojoverse. He even had the audacity to name the whole world universe after himself, Mojo World for his ego and Mojoverse for that extra cosmic flair. His loyal followers, including the fearsome werewolves, contribute to his twisted reign. These metallic dog-like creatures have a macabre party trick. They can take over bodies like they're trying on new outfits. And let's not forget Major Domo, the android Chamberlain, overseeing Mojo's finances and serving up commands to the minions. This robotic right-hand man might be loyal, but he spices it up with a dash of sarcasm, because who doesn't like a side of wit with their evil plans? And just to add to the chaos, there's Minor Domo, a panicky female android helping Major Domo keep up with Mojo's wild ambitions. It's a sitcom of supervillainy, and Mojo's the star of the show. Does he have only a spineless one who has his lower body? Oh, let's swing into an alternate universe where Mojo isn't just a spineless overlord, but a guy named Mojo Adams. Yep, in the ultimate universe, Mojo decided to switch things up and go human. A TV mogul with a twisted taste for mutant hunting shows, this Mojo ran a TV company. He set up shop on an island, dishing out mutant criminals as prey for his deadly games. Longshot, a young mutant, became a target, triggering the X-Men to step in and crash this sadistic party. The X-Men weren't having it. They put their foot down, but Mojo didn't learn his lesson. Oh no, he escalated things by kidnapping the X-Men, aiming to make their execution the next blockbuster episode. Classic villain move, right? But this is where Spider-Man swung in. teaming up with a different group of X-Men to shut down Mojo's production yet again. Mojo may have a penchant for TV drama, but in the Ultimate Universe, he learned that messing with mutants and heroes comes with its own action-packed consequences. Is he immune to Rogue's power? In the fantastic world of Mr. and Mrs. X, Issue 10, Rogue and Gambit find themselves caught in the wacky whirlpool of the Mojoverse. Now, Rogue's not your typical damsel in distress. She's stronger and sassier than ever. She made sure Mojo knew it too, giving him a run for his money. In a clash that had Mojo's jaw dropping, Rogue fought like a super-heroic storm. Picture punches, powers, and a showdown that would make any Marvel fan cheer. And just when it seemed like Rogue had the upper hand, a massive blast rocked the scene. Rogue believed she hadn't finished Mojo off, but one thing's for sure, she had definitely shown him who's boss. Mojo got a taste of Rogue's resilience and her newfound strength, and it was a showdown to remember. Marvelous verdict. Now that we've taken a trip through the warped corridors of Mojo's anatomy, we can say that from his power-hungry reign over the Mojoverse to his spineless yet scheming ways, Mojo's a cocktail of chaos that keeps the comic world buzzing. Just like the mutants, he loves to manipulate. Mojo is a mutant creation in his own right, a chaotic concoction of technology, magic, and a TV producer's wildest dreams. He's the villain we love to hate, a reminder that even in a universe filled with superpowers, there's also room for a dose of eccentricity. So until the next comic revelation, keep your capes flying and your mutant powers in check. Mojo might be spineless, but his impact on the Marvel saga is anything but weak. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.
You! This is all your fault, you little toad! How you even...